Hello, I am Randy Kleiner, the founder and CEO of SeriesFest, and welcome to the Q&A for Not a Fairy Tale, which is featured in the digital short series competition for SeriesFest Season 6. And I am very excited to welcome some special guests with us today. First, we have Greg Saffel, creator, producer, and actor. Hello, Greg.
Hello.
We've got George Barbacadze, director.
Hello.
And Vikram Shako, co-writer. And I think I did okay on all those pronunciations, right? You did good?
Yes.
Well, you guys, seriously, thank you for joining me. Thank you for sharing your beautiful work with us. And I'm excited to just dig in and ask a couple questions and go from there. And first of all, I really want to start with you, Greg, and a little bit about how the series concept came about.
Well, it came from a lot of areas. But I have a friend in New York who I had a conversation with, and we were talking about gay films and gay TV series, and how it seems like in all of them, the older guy finds some young, hot guy, and then, literally, as I say in the film, they live happily ever after. And we were saying, and I told him, I said, yeah, it's like a fairy tale. It's like, but that doesn't happen in real life. So, that kept going around in my head. And so I came up with this concept of, what you see in the film. And so I ran it by a good friend of mine who's a really good actor and director. He actually plays Mike in the film. And he thought it was a terrific idea. So I pitched it to Vic. And because I don't consider myself a writer, because if I had written this script, it would have been 40 pages. But I pitched it to Vic. He came back with a really great script. I mean, I think we changed like 2 or 3 words in the script after I saw it. So, but anyway, that's where the idea came from. So yeah. Yeah.
I love that. I mean, I will say, I think that was to me, the most creative part was it's just not a point of view and a perspective you see on TV and film. It's so rare, if at all. And it's really, it was just, it's so well done and so poignant and so beautiful. I mean, I just thought the whole tone of the series was so beautiful. And Vikram, when you went to write this, did you always think of it as a short series?
Well, I think Greg had that in mind. We had a couple different ways of how to expand from this first episode, but we wanted to, the first episode, we wanted to sort of just set up the bones and the structure of something of how to a jumping off point, which was, and what Greg was just, telling us about, that story of the idea of the not a fairy tale, of the real situation, so that's what we really wanted to do with the first episode, was set up a good jumping off point with the friends and the events that lead up to Greg's sort of journey.
Absolutely. And how much of the series at this point have you written and shot? Is it just the pilot, or is there more out there?
We've started to write the second episode, so we have a plan for 10 episodes. And I've started to write the second one, and we've obviously also outlined the full scope of the 10 episodes. So we are on our way, and actually, ideally we have it ready for you guys when SeriesFest starts. We have a second episode ready to, if anyone asks to take a look at the script, we'd be happy to show it to them.
Love that. I love that. And George, how did you get involved with the project, and maybe talk a little bit about your approach and process?
Greg and Vikram, I know both, and they told me about the project, and I love the characters and I love the story. So to me, it was like, okay, I'm in. So and I like it, like Greg said, it's real life. That's what we wanted to tell the story about real life, what's like to be aging gay and wanting to be in a relationship. You don't see this point of view, as you pointed out. That point of view you don't see very often on the screen. And also most of the time you have this polished life of gay people and successful and rich. And so we wanted to go and tell the story of the other side of that, just the real stuff. Yeah. And it was really exciting and to work with. I mean, I love Greg, and he's an amazing actor, and I'm Vikram is a great writer. So I think, you know, it was really,
Definitely
really
feels like
great
a really
experience.
collaborative, wonderful team, which I think appears on screen for sure. And how did you find the rest of your cast? You had a really great, I thought all the characters really felt very, very developed, very distinguished, and just a really great cast.
We are very fortunate to be amongst a circle of very talented people.
Hey,
And so it was so easy. You know, George and I talked about it. You know, we said, oh, that person, that person, that person. And, you know, it was a group of people that all wanted to do it. We're very excited about doing it. So that part was pretty easy because we knew these people. So, yeah.
that's great. I mean, I think sometimes when something is so vulnerable and honest, it's even harder to find people that can really just open up like that and keep it. You know, you could have easily seen this going over, you know, just being a little bit too over the top or something like that. What I loved about every single person in it, there was nothing like that. It was just truly honest and vulnerable and human, and you could feel that grittiness, feel that real life. You know, that real life in terms of, when I say gritty, I mean like that kind of just real life, not overly polished type of everything from the production design all the way down to the acting. And I just thought it was really, really wonderful. How many days did it take to shoot and everything?
We did 2 full days of shooting.
You did all of that in 2 days?
Yes.
We actually did the whole project from the time I pitched it to Vic to the finished product was 6 weeks.
Wow.
Which is kind of amazing. But that's how everybody jumped in. I got Lisa Gay Tomlinson to be the producer, which was great because when we're on set, something came up and I went to address it, and she just looked at me and she goes, "No, you're an actor today. You are not a producer," which was great because she handled everything. She just took care of everything. It was fantastic. And that's the way the whole crew was. We had a great DP, editors. Everybody was like just so excited about the project and willing to help. So it was terrific.
That's amazing. What would you say was your biggest challenge, or one of the biggest challenges you ran into, you know, while doing this?
George, I'll let you handle that one.
As Greg said, I mean, we all knew each other, which was great, and it was like we didn't have to do a lot of rehearsing and thing. We knew the actors, the roles were we wrote for them. So, and then we knew people, so that fit perfectly. I guess there's a little bit of location troubles, but not much. It just all came together so nicely, which does not normally happen. So we got really, really lucky. And as Greg said, we just did it really, really quick. It's one of those projects we're gonna do now, or it's not gonna get done. So let's do it now. So, and then we did it. And then in my experience, some of those projects are really like come together really nicely.
Well, the chemistry shows through in and out for sure.
The night we shot the outside the club scene, it was freezing. It was so shaking as I was holding the phone, and I was just hoping that didn't show on camera. But to me, that was like, still, it was a great shoot that night, but that would be the biggest issue I think that we had. It was just so cold.
Totally. And this is crazy, but we're actually coming to an end. So I'm going to throw you one last final question, which is, I know you're writing the second episode. What are your hopes and dreams for the series?
To get it done.
How many episodes are you looking to do?
Well, the first season is 10 episodes.
Okay.
Vic, did you want to say anything about that?
No, yes. I mean, I would just agree with exactly what Greg said. It says 10 episodes, and, you know, we have a first season arc, and, you know, ideally we can go for even a few seasons. We have thoughts about, you know, how it could progress beyond that even. So
how about a little teaser, a little plot teaser of what might we see in this first season?
Well, you could, yeah, there's problems with, now the character names just went out of my head.
Mike?
Mike?
No, not Mike. I want to say the actors' names, but Jeffrey and Bailey.
Oh, Kenzo, and
Kenzo and yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, those guys. The couple that I'm having dinner with at the beginning.
Yes, yes.
Issues come up in their relationship, which
Oh,
is
all right.
yeah.
If I could,
It's a great
if I
little
could add
cliffhanger, that
one
twist
more
at the
thing
end is
is,
great.
if I could just add one more quick thing is, there is some music involved in this as well. So that is
Sure.
important. And Greg is a very talented singer, so his career starts to take off as a singer. So that is the one of the major plot points in addition to the relationship is very key. So
That's super cool. I look forward to hearing you sing then on future episodes. That's exciting.
It's on actually song during the credits at the end. That's me.
That's amazing. I didn't realize that. That's fantastic. You sound great. Thank you guys all for joining me today. Thank you all for sharing your beautiful story. And we look forward to continuing to chat during SeriesFest. Thank you.
Thank
All right.
you.
Have a good day. Bye.
All right.